It's this double nature, I believe, that predisposes us to the most deeply rooted of all human behaviors, tribalism.
My name is Wolf Shipman. I go to Davidson High School. I play the bassoon, and I am the drum major in marching band. The marching band family, there's a kind of unity to it. Once you come into the band room, after the first couple weeks of being called freshman and being made fun of, you become part of this family where you're the little brother and everyone wants to take care of you. We become something of a unit, even in the school. Everyone knows who the band nerds are. We all kind of hang together. It becomes a family setting, really. It just feels like a place the band kids can call home.
A home, a secure nest, a group. We humans create tribes and cultures to give ourselves a feeling of belonging and security. They give us joy and the language to express our innermost feelings. Exclusion makes us suffer. Inclusion makes us thrive.
My name is Craig Worley. I'm a 1990 graduate of the University of Alabama and a lifelong Crimson Tide supporter. I would say in Alabama, football is treated with the same reverence that religion is. The traditions are honored. The pageantry is honored, from generation to generation.
My name is Penny Jo Lambert, and I've been an Alabama fan my entire life. Being an Alabama fan means pride, passion, respect, tradition.
These collective sentiments, the emotions that we feel only when we are doing something with the group and as a group. I think modern people can best identify this if they've been to a World Cup game or any sort of major sporting event. There's a kind of collective ecstasy that happens when the group is competing with another group, and people love it. And that's why we have sports in the first place. Sports make no sense unless you see that we are group-selected creatures who love being a group competing with another group. I mean, why waste the time and money otherwise?
It's a way of life. It's a tradition that's been passed down from generation to generation. And for so many during football season, that Saturday, they wake up, they cook out, they spend the time with their family and their friends, and it becomes a way of life.
Nothing displays our desire for group belonging and identification better than sports. At my alma mater, the University of Alabama, football is virtually a religion. The adulation for our team, the Crimson Tide, is something to behold. Okay, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right.
My name is Brandon Gibson. I came to the University of Alabama to play football for the Crimson Tide in 2007. I had the opportunity to play on 2 national championship teams.
This was the Alabama that I lived in. The mansion was there. The law school was there.
That was still there.
Oh, that's been there since the 1800s, yeah. And
Really?
Can you imagine in your mind being here as a student in the 1940s? I'm beginning to have difficulty thinking of it myself.
I wonder what. It's awesome to be a part of a team, you know, because you're working towards the same thing. You know, every time we would go out for practice, there's a quote with a picture on the wall that says, "Out of yourself and into the team."
I like that. Well, I too have been a lifelong fan of the Crimson Tide. I know at firsthand the passion sports can arouse. You know, I'm going to ask you a request, and you can turn me down if you want to, but I sure would like to look at that championship ring you're wearing.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, let me...
You know, I'll pass it to a lot of people, but it'd be an honor to pass it to you. So
I am.
You have at it now.
Okay. I get to hold it.
You get to hold it right
But
now.
I'm not going to put it on, but at least I'll get to hold it. The mother of all sporting events here in Alabama is the Iron Bowl, the game with our old college rivals, Auburn. It's the wildest spectacle I know of humanity's primordial group instincts. Auburn University is just 80 miles away, and its students are, to all intents and purposes, exactly the same as those of the University of Alabama. So this rivalry has no basis except pure tribal instinct.
One of those things where you get so many people pulling in the same direction. It just creates a momentum that is just hard to explain. But you feel it when you're in a crowd where everybody is pulling in the same direction.
As they approach the stadium, the players are like gladiators preparing for combat. It's not too much to call the game that's coming up this afternoon a ritualization of war. People love it. They love the ritualized version. It brings out an instinct that is deep and powerful as any that directs the human psyche. There's a reason why the spectacle of teams on a field of battle excites such powerful emotions in us. In Darwinian terms, they've acquired territory and prestige and rank and power relevant to all the other competing teams. Along the sides of the field of battle, there are young Nubal women dancing and shouting to the young men to encourage them to stronger and more violent action to carry the victory home.
When you're in the stadium, it's like having 100,000 of your closest friends and family nearby. Alabama fans say "Roll Tide" and use it as a greeting, a salutation, and also a war cry.
This is the profound identity we can feel with a group as it competes with another group. It's a sort of communion that transcends our individual selves. There is an ecstasy that is almost religious. In fact, I believe that religion has its roots right here, in this sense of profound communion we can feel in these situations of collective euphoria, being lifted out of ourselves. That sense of collective belief, of bonding in the service of a greater cause.
From Ed's writings, I don't get the impression that he believes in God or is a religious man, but yet he can't stop writing about religion. He's fascinated by it, and I suspect he's interested in it for the same reason that I am, which is that if you're trying to understand this extraordinary groupishness of human beings, you've got to see religion as something that we evolved to facilitate that. In other words, religion is one of our biological and cultural adaptations for crossing that divide from being solitary individuals to becoming a superorganism.
Religion is the highest expression of our tribal longings to be part of a greater whole. A celebration of the collective communion that group selection has predisposed us to. But tribalism is a double-edged sword. The collective communion it promises isn't open to us all. The flip side of tribal belonging is brutal exclusion. No human institution easily escapes the darker angels of our divided self.